Welcome. My name is Sheila Janikos, and I am the CEO of Healthy Horizons. We have been in business for over 30 years, and today we're going to talk about how to use the Symphony Breast Pump by Medela. So this is what the pump looks like. The first thing we're going to do is make sure the pump is clean. So I suggest that you take something like Cavicide, which is recommended by the manufacturer. And what's great about Cavicide is it will kill all germs and viruses. So it's very important that the pump be wiped down. And what I have people do is I have them take a paper towel, spray onto the paper towel, and then wipe down the pump, the handle, and then inside. Do not spray directly on the pump. And I have people do this before and after they use the pump. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is talk about the attachment kit. You can't use the pump unless you have an attachment kit, and this is what the attachment kit looks like in the box. And the attachment kit will come in single or double, and I'm just going to hook up a single for today, but the concept will be the same. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the lid, and you do that by pressing down on the front button. Press down, and the lid pops up. And as you can see, those two diaphragms on the pump, and those are going to move up and down, which is what creates the suction. So it's really important that those look like they're in good shape. You're going to take the diaphragm cap and the membrane that's on the pump, make sure it's all together, and you're going to put it right on top, and you're going to snap it down. As you can see here, it fits right on. And you would do this to the other side too if you're doing a double pump. And then you're going to close the lid. It should snap. The pump kit itself contains a flange, the tubing, a bottle, and then also something called a valve and a membrane. And this is really important to check to make sure that this is on nice and tight. If this little flap is off, you won't have good suction. So always check this first to make sure that this is on nice and tight. This is also important that when you're done pumping, that you take all these pieces apart and you wash them really well so you won't have bacteria growth. So make sure you put that back on. It's nice and tight. You attach the bottle, and then you're going to attach right to the back of the tube. And once you do this, you should have a good seal. And when you go to pump, and it's against the breast, you'll feel the tugging, and then you'll know that everything's working the way it should be. If you go to pump and you don't feel a suction, again, check that little membrane that we talked about. Make sure the tube is plugged into the back. And then most importantly, make sure the diaphragm is attached securely to the pump. Okay, so let's say we're all set, we're ready to go. We want to make sure that we turn on the pump. This is a number one issue that people will have. They forget to plug it in. And there's a little trap door here that you're going to lift up, and you're going to plug this in right to the back. And once you plug it in, you should be ready to go. There's two buttons that you'll see on either side. The first one here is the on and off button. So you're just going to turn that on, and then the pump will start pumping. You'll see the diaphragms, if you look at them, moving up and down. After 2 minutes, it automatically goes into a slower cycle. So it starts off fast to help the milk let down, and then after 2 minutes, it goes into the slower cycle. If you want to go to the slower cycle sooner, all you have to do is hit this little button. It's called the let down button, and that button will go slow and help pull more milk out. It's pretty simple, but always remember to make sure that when you are done pumping that you take your pieces off and that you wash them very carefully. You don't need to wash the tubes. You are going to wash the valve and membrane, breast shield, and bottle. So that's the basic use of the Symphony, and stay tuned for other videos for more detailed troubleshooting. Thank you so much for joining us.